Hi, it's Catherine Hudson with NWA Dog Blog. I am here today with Rebecca Buchanan of Faithful and True Animal Hospice. I have been looking forward to come to do this interview with this organization ever since I found out about it last fall. Rebecca, thank you so much for joining us.
You're very welcome. Thank you.
So, tell us a little bit about the inspiration for Faithful and True Animal Hospice.
Well, my dog Poppy is the inspiration for this. Probably 6.5 years ago, I was working at Ozark Folkways in Winslow, where I live in Winslow, and we were doing some remodeling outside, and out of the woods during a storm, ice storm, came this little dog, all wet, had ticks and fleas, had been in the woods for a while, shaking. I scooped her up and tried to find her home. Couldn't find anyone, but found out that she had been probably a backyard breeder, had many litters of puppies, and was older. And probably at the time they said between 6 and 9. So that would make her probably 13, between 13 and 16 now. But yeah, I took her in. It was awful. I mean, her tail was yellow. She'd been sitting in her own urine in a crate, and she was a dog that was very hard to, get to know.
Mm-hmm.
But I'd given her the best life that I could, and I decided that I'm 53. The second half of my life, I wanted to help animals, and that's why I wanted to start this. And I have a background with hospice anyway.
With Circle of Life
Circle
here
of Life
in Northwest
Hospice.
Arkansas.
Mm-hmm. That's right. That's right.
Well, we are just so fortunate. Could you share with us just a narrative of, I know you're just still, it's new and you're still getting started, but
Right.
I know the interest level must be high. Could you share with us a story? In my opinion, the grieving of a pet is perhaps more complicated than grieving of a human. So
It is. We always talk about animals and unconditional love, and that's something that we don't always get in our human relationships, but we have that with an animal, and when we lose that, it's very, very hard. It's hard when an animal grieves us if someone leaves, but when we lose an animal as a part of our family. And so the idea of hospice is to give them the best outcome at the end of their life, whether they're ill or whether they're just a very old animal. And so at Faithful and True, we right now we've had one animal, and it was a dog, but we are going anywhere from cats, dogs, donkeys. I have donkeys at home, so I think about all of that.
Yeah.
So yeah, we want to be able to handle all of that. So that's what we plan to do.
tell us the story about the dog in hospice.
The first dog that I had was Bluey, and it was actually someone that I had known from a previous job. I just got the website up. I'd been planning on doing it for about 2.5 years. I thought I had it offline, but I didn't. So I got a phone call, and it was like, we have this animal. And I was like, oh, I know who you are. And so before we really even got up and started, I was doing visits with Bluey, and Dr. Cyphers visited, did some acupuncture, and it wasn't that long before the illness had progressed. And I was there with Bluey and talked to Dr. Cyphers. Dr. Cyphers went out and did in-home euthanasia with the dog, and with the family all around, the children, the other dog. I wasn't there, but it was very, very powerful. I hear from the family, and it's on our memorial page on our website.
Certainly. So it sounds to me like this is a topic that I'm going to need to come back and share some more stories and maybe get a little bit more into the psychology of pet hospice.
Right.
Can I come back another time?
Absolutely. I love that.
All right.
I love that.
Thank you so much for joining us today, Rebecca, and we'll see you next week on another episode of NWA Dog Blog. Thank you.